Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Aditi Ghosh once again on your favorite Pythagorean Numerology channel InnerWorldRevealed, and today in this video I'm once again not going to talk about numerology but about how the shape of your nose is indicative of your financial potential. Before I begin, I'd like to say that whenever you're trying to read a face, try to spot the features that are more striking and unusual, because the more unusual are the features, the more accurate you're going to be with your prediction. So if you see very striking eyes, try to read those eyes first. If the forehead appears to be more striking, read the forehead first. If the mouth is striking, decode the mouth. Look at the arrangement of teeth, look at the lips. And above all, if you're wanting to check the financial potential of a person, you cannot miss out on the nose. And when I talk about indications of financial potential from the nose, it immediately makes me think of a very large and fully developed nose, the kind of nose which is capable of inhaling and accepting more oxygen into the system and utilize it to absorb more nutrition from the food that is eaten and to grow in health, because good health is good wealth and is good mind. So this kind of a person would always have a clear mind to look out for all the good avenues for investment. They're going to make more money, and also they're going to be able to be more generous to give when people are in need of their help. However, you mustn't jump into quick conclusions by seeing a very large nose. You shouldn't be concluding that the person obviously is very generous. Because if you see a large nose that is pointing down like an eagle's beak, you're seeing a person who surely is good with money and finances. This person knows how to handle money and finances, but this person can be deceptive in times of need. And I'd say if you're planning to share any of your personal secrets with this person, you need to be very, very careful. This person is going to be very good with taking in all your juicy gossips so that they're able to make use of it in the future. If you upset them for some reason, they may at some point use it against you as well. Now this brings me to the third kind of a nose, where the nostrils are much visible when you're looking at the person from the eye level. Now if this person has a very large nose, they surely know how to earn money, but visible nostrils also means that when they would be having some money, they would also like to spend it. They would spend a lot, at least much more than people who have more guarded nostrils. Now this brings me to the fourth kind of nose that we're going to discuss today, and this would be the one with very thin bridge. Now when the bridge is thin, the person is more driven towards being technically perfect or creatively perfect rather than being very money minded. These people are not necessarily very money minded. If the bridge is straight, it is indicative that the person is quite straight in his or her dealings. If it is crooked or there is a hump, the person could either be twisted in the mind, or perhaps impulsive or unpredictable as well, or it could be a result of some kind of an accident or some trauma in life. Now a thin and narrow bridge can also be indicative of love for something like a string-based musical instrument. And this kind of people are also going to look for their own space to pursue their hobbies and interests. Now the tip of the nose is also a very important feature. As I've already mentioned previously, that if the tip is dropping, the person could be a bit deceptive. And the level of deception that the person is capable of would depend on how much the tip of the nose is raised from the surface of the face. Now you might have also noticed that some people have a split on their nose tip. Well, this is indicative of some kind of heartbreak in some relationship in the past, which the person has not been able to forget, probably in the present as well, and it may become a hindrance in their efficiency in some way. To enable them to give their full potential, one needs to patiently listen to them, bear with them, and unconditionally encourage them and show them love and support. Now this brings me to our next classification, where we're going to talk about having a round fleshy tip versus a fine sophisticated tip of the nose. So if you see a round fleshy tip, you're looking at a person who's more outgoing, more expressive and kind. The tip of the nose represents the self, and so people with bigger nose tips have more sense of self-worth. They are more confident. Even better if the tip is harder, more confidence is projected. People with finer and softer tips are more delicate and more internal people. Now, having said all that, I'd also like to say that you also have to check the other facial features. If some other feature is overpowering these characteristics of the nose, you have to then rely more upon that particular feature. Because if by checking the nose itself you conclude that the person is very sensitive and the lips and eyes convey something totally different, you're likely to go wrong with your prediction. Many people have small noses, and sometimes it also plays to their advantage. They are able to easily let go when something doesn't work for them. They are okay with cliffhangers, whereas people with large nose cannot just digest it. They cannot let go easily. But I'm not going to leave you with a cliffhanger. I'm going to say that if this topic of nose, what your nose says about you, excites you so much, you can also check my other log on the same topic, where I have covered some additional information. It was being made some time back, and so you can definitely check that by clicking on the I button. I'm also going to give you a final reveal by the end of this log on what a specific arrangement of teeth is going to reveal about your money style. But before that, let me tell you that the purpose of all these mystical sciences is not to criticize you or stereotype you. It is to help you to heal internally and grow externally. You can change your facial features as well by healing yourself. I've written 2 books on Pythagorean Numerology, which is my favorite mystical science, and I'm sure if you read them, you're going to feel different internally. A lot of healing is going to happen, so do care to check them out. The Amazon links are provided in the description box below. Now let me come to the final reveal for today. So you might have noticed that some people have very visible gums when they smile. They sometimes have broad teeth, and when they smile, all their pinky gums peep out. Well, these people struggle a lot to stick to a budget. Rather, I can say that they're always kind of shooting their budgets and end up spending more than what they had decided to. Don't believe me? Just try asking them and you would be massively surprised. Thank you so much for your precious time. Have a very nice day. Bye bye.